welcome to another Goliath guitar tutorial. My name is Gareth Evans and today we're going to be looking at the song called Little Talks by Of Monsters and Men. Okay, so let's get started with this tutorial. You're going to need a capo on the first fret of the guitar for this, and every position I tell you to make with your fretting hand from now on is going to be in relation to this capo. Therefore this is now the 2nd fret and this is now the 4th fret, and so on. Okay, so the chords, like I promised, firstly A minor, 2nd chord F, 3rd chord is a C, and the last chord is a G. So if you just play around with them, that's pretty much the whole song. The verse, it does leave out the G at the very end, just plays the first 3 chords and holds the C for 2 measures. That's how he plays the verse, and then the chorus is back to the original 4 chords. Anyway, enough of that, on to the finger picking. Okay, you'll notice there's tapping in this, which is like a percussive technique that lots of fingerstyle players use. Basically just slapping your thumb into the strings, cracking the fretboard, making that percussive sound. It's like a snare drum effect. So basically what the thumb's doing here is picking, slapping, all the way through. So you've got bass and drums pretty much with your thumb, and the rest of it is like melody and rhythm with the other fingers. So, okay, that said, this is how it begins. Okay, so first line. Okay, so to describe that, you're on your A minor shape with your fretting hand. You pluck on the 2nd string to begin with, and then you pluck a 5 and a 1 with your thumb and ring finger or whatever. Okay? Next, you do a slap, which bring your thumb into the 5th and or 6th string, and then flick the 1st string with your index finger or whichever finger that you like to use. Okay? So that's the action. You'll notice that what I do with my fretting hand is that I lift off the 2nd string, because we want to avoid playing that 1st fret on the 2nd string, so not to interfere with the melody. And I use my ring finger on my fretting hand to mute that 2nd string. So therefore I've got a bit more margin for error with my right hand as I'm trying to flick just that 1st string. I could even strum or hit the 3rd string and 4th string. It wouldn't sound out of place because that would provide the rhythm rather than interfere with the melody. So therefore, okay, notice, just to illustrate that 2nd string is muted. Okay, followed by another pinch and 5 and 1. So this is what we've got so far. Okay. Another slap, but this time you're bringing your finger back onto the 2nd string on that 1st fret, and that's the note that you're aiming for. So try not to hit the 1st string, and if you can mute it with this index finger, all the better, so you don't again interfere with the melody. If you can as well, you could always leave your fingers there. And again, play 3 and 4. Otherwise, try muting the 3rd with the index as well as the 1st. It's difficult to do, but with a bit of practice, you should be able to get it. Next, what I do for this F shape, I bring my thumb over the top to fret the 1st fret on the 6th string, making the 1st fret on the 2nd string, 2nd fret on the 3rd, 3rd fret on the 4th, with the 1st string being open. Again, pick on 1 with 6 this time, so it's okay. again, slap on its own this time, followed by 2 and then 6, so it's followed by 1, and then a slap afterwards, so okay, so that's the whole of the F shape. So if we back up to the beginning, okay, next we move to the C shape. Just a simple thumb, strum, thumb, strum, and you're strumming here with the index finger, aiming for strings 4, 3 and 2. And then to the G shape, you start off with a pluck on 1 and 6, followed by again slap and strum on 4, 3 and 2. And you do that twice, so the whole C shape. Okay, pretty simple, the last two shapes, but let's back up to the very beginning and see if you can play it all the way through. We'll go through it slowly, so try and stick with me if you can. 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the whole of the first line of the intro. Next, what we do, the only thing that's different is that you come into the 3rd fret on the 2nd string on that F shape. Instead of doing the 2nd string and then the 1st string open, you do the 2nd string on the 3rd fret and then the 2nd string on the 1st fret. Okay, that's the only difference. There's 2 notes there in between the thumb pick. Instead of before, it was the 1st fret on the 2nd string and then the open 1st string. Now it's the 3rd fret on the 2nd string and then the 1st fret on the 2nd string, if that makes sense. So let's go through that. Okay, this time when you get to the G, you play that, which is slightly different again, so I'll describe that to you now. But this time when you get to the G, you play 2 and 6, open 2nd with 6, slap, 1st fret on the 2nd, followed by 6, and then 3rd fret on the 2nd before the slap. Okay, pretty quick, and it does take some practice, but let's go through it slowly. Okay. Okay, so what we should have so far for this second line of the intro should go like this. Okay, so after the second line of the intro, you repeat the first line, so the structure's A, B, A, and the very 4th line of the intro is the same as the B, or the second line, but slightly different. There's only 1 note different. I'll show you that now. So it's, you go to that 3rd fret on the 1st string at the very last note of the A minor shape. Instead of going to that 1st fret on the 2nd string, you go to the 3rd fret on the 1st string. So it's, and to finish off this time, the G, just a pinch on 2 and 6, followed by slap and strum. Okay, so it's rather than the original time you play pinch on 1 and 6. Okay, so let's recap everything that we've learned in this lesson. I'm going to play it really slowly for you, and then we'll move on. Okay, so from the very beginning of the song, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Okay, so now we've learned the intro, which kind of is the same as the chorus. We can then go into the verse of this song. So I'll just play through what we've got so far. Verse starts off with just a strum down on the A minor shape. Okay, so it's followed by one on its own. Okay, next. Okay, so to that F shape, thumb over the top for one, first fret on the second string, second fret on the third, fourth fret on the third fret on the fourth, sorry. And the fifth string here is not used, it's muted. I like to either, my thumb can reach over to mute that, or I can use the fleshy part of your index finger, or both, even better. Okay, leaving the first string open, and you just strum down that F, adding a hammer on to the third fret of the second string. Okay? Followed by the first string. And then back to the third fret on the second, and back to the first fret on the second, so it's... Okay, so all in all... Okay, next to the C. Okay, again you strum all the way down, followed by... So that's, you play the second string again, hammer up against the third fret, open first, and then third fret again on the second string, so it's... Okay, so that's the whole of the C shape. So we back up to the whole of it so far. Okay, second line of the verse. Slightly harder now because of the shape. So first off, open fourth string, and then kind of make your A minor shape, but don't fret that fourth string. Leave that string open, and then strum your A minor, or strum the strings 5 through to 1, and then hammer onto that second fret on the fourth string. Okay? Followed by 3 plucks on the fourth. Okay? Next, what you do here, you add a little finger, leave the A minor on, add your little finger to the third fret on the fourth string, and bring your thumb over to make the first fret on the sixth, giving you an F shape, but leaving your middle finger there on the second fret of the fourth string for this pull off that we're about to make. It's a difficult shape, this, especially if your hands are smaller, I would say, trying to get that thumb over the back with these fingers in place, but okay, so you strum down. So you strum down and pulling off from the third fret to the second fret on that fourth string. It is a tricky manoeuvre, it might take practice, and it might take a bit of strain on your hands, so don't practice it too much if you are getting some strain. Give it a rest and then come back to it later. Again, we are trying to mute the fifth string as we're strumming this. Okay? So after the strum, you pull off, to the 3rd fret on that 5th string and pluck it twice. Or play it 3 times and then lift your ring finger off that 2nd fret on the 3rd string, giving you what remains a C shape, and strum it down. Okay, so it's okay. It's a pretty difficult manoeuvre that. It will take some practice. It took me quite a bit of practice. But anyway, let's go back to the beginning of this. Okay. Okay, for this whole sequence, I'm just using my index finger because I find it easier to be able to pluck and then strum pretty quickly. Nothing else is in use with my right hand. Okay, so let's back up and play the whole of this verse section so far. That's what we should have. Like I said, practice it. Now it gets tricky because we're introducing like the bass drum, if you like, and what I do is just bang my wrist onto the body of the guitar to give the bass drum effect every beat, as well as trying to pick out the melody that we've just played with our index finger at the same time. It is difficult, and it's a difficult technique. I'll just play it through for you first, and I'll just get in, and then I'll go into detail as to how to do it. So the technique, like I said, it's slapping with your wrist as well as strumming and plucking. The way I like to do it is, if you notice, I lift my elbow right up here at a right angle, so that my top part of my arm is at a right angle to the ground, basically. And so I've got a more downwards angle towards my strings, if you like, more of a right angle. So if it was this way, I'd find it difficult to find which string that I want to pluck with my index finger. But this I find a little bit easier, especially as I'm strumming. All I have to do is flick my hand open when I'm strumming and pull it backwards to pluck at the same time. So try and find what position's right for you. If it might be easy for you this way, banging your wrist here, or like I said, you can try it up here like I do. If this banging isn't for you, just continue to play the melody with the strumming and pick out the melody with the strumming like I showed you in the previous line of the verse, just leaving out the bass thumps until maybe you're more familiar with the song, until you've learnt it better, and then try and introduce them afterwards. I wouldn't try and take on too much at one stage. Try and work it in slowly. So again, you can always leave out these bangs if it's too difficult for you at this stage. Okay then, so firstly, try and rest your finger between that 5th and 6th string, your index finger there, and okay, bring this wrist in. Okay. Again, next thumb, you've got a little flick on the 1st string. Okay, don't worry too much if you catch the 2nd string or 3rd string as well. Just aim for the 1st string. Okay. Next, it's the F shape. Again, this time making the F shape with the open 1st string, muted 5th. Strum down. After the thump and strum, pluck the 1st string on its own. Okay? And then play the 3rd fret on that 2nd string. And then thump on its own, and then 1st fret on the 2nd string. Okay? Okay? So all in all, what we have is okay. Next we go to the C, strum down again and thump. 2 on its own, hammer onto the 3rd fret on the 2nd and thump, followed by the 1st string. After the open 1st string, you play the 3rd fret on the 2nd string again, just to finish up. Quickly followed by a thump, obviously. Okay, so all in all, what we should have, if you're following along, I'll play it pretty slow. See if you can get the gist of it again. It goes like this: 2, 3, 4. Okay, hope you got that. Next, again, it's onto this 4th string open. Pluck and then strum down and thump. Remember, listen to that hammer onto the 2nd fret of the 4th string as you do it. Okay, inadvertently, what I do, I play the 4th string open and hammer on both the 4th and 3rd string. It's not intentional, just what happens while I'm playing it, but you play it either way. Okay? Followed by 3 plucks on the 4th string on the 2nd fret. The second of those 3 plucks has got a bang with it. Okay? Either way, you can pluck it upwards if you want. You're able to do that, or you can flick it downwards as you're doing the thump. Either way is good. The strum down is going to be slightly less accurate. You might catch other strings with it, so the pluck upwards is probably the most accurate, but the easiest is probably the strum down. I'll illustrate that. Okay, that's the pluck up and the strum down. Okay, notice I caught the open 5th string there, not a big deal. Okay, again, to this shape, as we made like the A minor shape with the little finger on the 3rd of the 4th string and the thumb over the top to make the F. And then strum down and bang. Pull off again to the 2nd fret on the 4th string, to that 3rd fret on the 5th, followed by a bang straight after. Okay, and then 2 plucks on the 3rd fret of the 5th string again, just to finish that off. Okay, and straight away, lift your ring finger off to make what is now a C shape, strum and bang. Okay, it's difficult. Again, practice it slowly. Okay, finish that off with just 3 thumbs on its own with your wrist, no plucking at all. And the whole of this passage, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the whole of that, it's so difficult unless you take time practicing it, breaking it down slowly and playing it really slowly to begin with and working up the technique. So let's try and play the whole of that banging all the way through. Let's see if I can do it right once all the way through before my battery runs out. But let's go. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Okay, before I move on, I just want to make a note is that the second time it comes into this verse, it's all banging and strumming, picking out this melody. But at the very end of the second line, before we move up to this high bit, I'll just mention it now. It goes... Okay, that's that little line that goes... Okay, which is the male vocal melody bit that slightly differs in this part. Okay, so just to describe that, it comes at the end of the C shape. It's C strum down with the thumb, but it would usually just carry on with the thumbs to finish off. This time, okay, it's strum and then a pluck again, and bang, and then pluck again. So it's, and then bang and pluck, and slide up to that 5th fret, sorry. Down to the 3rd fret with the pluck on its own, then thump and pluck again, slide up to the 7th fret, and then open before you come into the A minor again for the female vocal line. Anyway, let's back up. Okay. Okay. Okay, as you notice, you're doing down flick with my fingernail basically on the thumbs. So basically I'm just using my fingernail on my right hand, or my index finger on my right hand, like I would a plectrum. If I had a plectrum in my hand, I'm just kind of using it as I would that. So try and kind of visualize it as like a plectrum if you do have a long nail on your index finger. Okay? And then carry on. Next. Next is that pit. And the last time this C shape before you come up to this part, strum down, 2 thumps, and into that shape. So it's strum, 2 thumps, 1st fret on the 2nd string on its own, open 1st on its own if you can with a thump, and then 3rd fret on the 1st string on its own. Okay, so it's okay, up to this shape, 3rd fret. Sorry, it's the 5th fret on the 1st, 2nd and 3rd string, using the little finger, ring finger and middle finger, leaving your index finger out of the equation. So you come from the little finger that was on the 3rd fret of the 1st string to finish. You kind of slide that up if you like. Okay, thumb and strum down. You're aiming for the 5th string, 3, 2 and 1. That 4th string can be muted with your middle finger if you're accurate enough and you're not using the 6th. Okay, so it's like an A minor shape, but same as an A minor shape, but basically you're getting that 1st string in there up on the 5th fret, which gives you the vocal melody where it goes to. Okay, 2 strums down and thumps at the same time, so it's down to here. Okay, so that is the F shape as we've normally made it. This time the 1st string is fretted on the 3rd fret there with the little finger. Strum down, thump and pull off to open on the 1st. Okay, and then strum up with the index finger, adding that first string on the 3rd fret again, adding your little finger back, so you go in with your little finger. So all in all, okay, it doesn't matter if you just press the 1st string on its own or you strum all the way up. I vary. Okay, that's the next passage. So to a C shape with the 1st string still fretted on the 3rd fret with your little finger. Strum down and thump, but aim for the 5th, 4th and 3rd string with this strum. Don't try and strum all the way down. Okay? followed by first and second string on the way up, thump again, and then strum up again on that first string. Okay. Next to this shape, it's like the G, but we're just using the 2nd fret on the 5th string as the root note, rather than the 3rd fret on the 6th string. So as the progression goes down to that shape there, leaving your index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and we're doing. Strum down strings 5, 4, 3, 2 with the index finger as your thumb, hammering onto that 3rd fret of the 2nd string with the little finger, and then catching the 2nd string again or strumming upwards on the way up with the index finger, followed quickly by a bang to it. Okay, so we've got. Let's back up to this shape up here. Let's try and play it all the way through what we've got so far. Play it really slowly. 2, 3. Okay. Next, after this, we get to this A minor shape, and we now go double time with the bass thump into it. Okay. Firstly, strum down and bang, bang on its own, strum down and bang, bang on its own on this A minor shape. Okay. And then to this F shape with the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Strum down and bang, bang again. And then strum up with the finger back to the 1st fret of the 2nd string. Okay. Bang again, and strum to finish off the 4th beat. Okay, so we've got. Then to the C shape, and basically we're strumming down 5 times in a row, each with a bang. Okay, what I like to do is strum the first one pretty much to the bottom, and the rest of the remaining 4 strums, just try and keep it more compact so that you don't let the strings go too much to build up too much of a dynamic, so that the sound gets so big that when you come back into the verse afterwards, it's not such a step down in dynamics. So basically, just keep the strums here on this C shape quite compact to the 5th, 4th, and 3rd string, like that. Okay. Okay, so it's. And that's how it goes at full speed. So let's back up and play this whole section from the beginning of the banging. Let's try it from there. 2, 3, 4. I forgot to mention at the end of that last strum on the C, just mute, just to give it that pause before you come back into the verse, or sorry, the chorus, which is the. the bit we learnt in part 1. So after that, to the chorus again, you play that through twice with the slapping. After that, the verse, this time with banging all the way through like I mentioned earlier, and at the end of which we do the... Okay, that's the end of the second line actually, so the first line. Okay, second line. Yeah, so this bit comes at the end of the second line of the verse. The third line again is just normal, then up to. Okay, pause again, back into the chorus. This time it's played slightly different. As in it goes up to this shape, like we did before with the banging. This time we're doing slapping. So I'll briefly describe how that's done to you, or I'll go through the process of it, so you can get familiar with it before you practice yourself. So it's as we were. So at the end of that G, before you come in, you just play a pinch on 6 and 1 open, slap and strum down or flick down the 3rd fret on the 1st string, and then up to this shape. And what we're doing here is we're playing basically pinching, but the index finger comes up and strums the first 3 strings, while the thumb picks 5. Okay? Slap, pinch, slap, twice. Okay? So it's... Okay, to this F shape. Again, a pinch and strum up, doing that pull off on the 3rd string. Slap, strum up on its own little finger without the thumb pick this time, followed by the thumb pick straight after, and then slap on its own. So we've got okay. To the C. Okay, it's thumb on its own on the C on the 5, and then slap and strum down, and then thumb and then strum up independently, followed by a slap to finish off. Okay, to this shape again, which is 2nd fret on the 5th string, 1st fret on the 2nd. Pinch on, so it's 5 with a thumb, strum up 2, 3, with a hammer up onto the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Okay, then slap. Strum up again, thumb again, and then slap. So it's okay, so all in all what we've got is okay, next to the A minor, 2 pinches, again that pinch with the strum up with the index finger, 5, strum up, slap, to this F, which is again with the 3rd fret on the 2nd string to begin with, pinch or strum up 2, 3 and 4, slap, lift off to the first fret on the second string, and then strum up on its own, and then thumb on its own, okay? Lastly, slap and strum down at the same time. Okay? So we've got, and then we get to this C shape, and you do that, which leads into the middle bit where it goes all quiet. So it's C, 2 slaps and strums, aiming for this, just the 6th string with the slap, so you can get all strings in there with your index finger. 4, down to this shape, which is the 2nd fret on the 5th string, 1st fret on the 2nd string. Lastly, just a strum on the A minor open. So it's okay. That's when, like I said before, the kind of middle 8 comes in, where it's on the video of the song itself, it's got like the rocking boat. So I kind of try and mimic this sound, or the waves and the rocking of the boat. I add little pitter patter with my index fingers there. I just alternate my index and my middle finger to make the rain. And what I do is I mute the 6th string with my any finger, and just gently move it along, and then stop, and then move it along and stop. And that's to try and mimic the rocking of the boat that's in the music video itself. So. After that kind of slow bit, you get to this part. Okay, so all that is if you bring your index finger up here to the 5th fret on the 2nd and 3rd string, play the 3rd string, and then pinch on 2 and 5. 2 again on its own afterwards. So bring your little finger now to the 8th fret on that 2nd string, 5th string. Do a finger roll, 5, 4, 3, 2 in succession, followed by 2. Okay? Up to that 7th fret on the 3rd string with your ring finger, and then back down to the 5th string. Okay? Bring your little finger up to the 6th string on that same fret that it was on the 8th there. Pinch on 3 and 6. 3 on its own. Hammer up to the 7th fret on that 3rd, followed by the 2nd. Finish off again back on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. Okay, and that's the whole of that one section. So it's next. So you start off just the 3rd string on its own. Open 5th with a pinch on 2. 3 plucks on the 2nd string on their own. Up to the 6th fret on the 2nd string with that 8th fret on the 5th string, sorry. Okay, a pinch on 2 and 5. pulling off to the 5th fret on the 2nd string, and then followed by the 3rd string. Finish off just on the single pluck on the 8th fret of the 6th string. Okay. 3 single plucks on that 3rd string, if I didn't mention that, sorry. Okay, so this whole part so far sounds like this. 2, 3, 4. And then start again, but this time you have 2 plucks on the 3rd string to begin. Okay, so it goes 2, 3. Okay, so it's a slightly different beginning, but the rest of it's exactly the same. You come to the end of it, end of the 2nd time through, and then you get to this bit. Okay, so all that is A minor again, with this banging again, it's just A minor, start off on the 2nd string, the 1st fret there, and then make your A minor shape and bang and strum. Okay, 2 strums down on the A minor with thumps to the F shape. Okay. Again, start off with a strum down and thumb, pluck up on the way on the 1st string open. 3rd fret on the 2nd string on its own before the thumb, so it's. And then after the thumb, it's the 1st fret on the 2nd string. Okay, so what we've got is. To a C. Okay, strum down, 1st fret on the 2nd string, hammer up to the 3rd fret as your thumb, and then open 1st. I think we might have done this earlier. Open 1st and then 2nd string again on that 3rd fret after the thumb. Finish off after the last thump, you play the 1st fret on the 2nd string again, and then we come to this A minor. 4 strums down with thumps. Okay? Make this F shape again, but this time you're fretting the 1st fret on the 1st string, sorry. So it's strum down, thump. Add the 3rd fret on the 1st string, strum up in between thumps, thumb, strum, and then lift off again to the 1st fret on the 2nd string, sorry, the 1st string, 1st fret on the 1st string. Okay, so thump and strum down once you've lifted off. To the C shape, and then thump and strum down. It's difficult to get the timing on this sometimes, but it should sound like this. Okay. 5 strums on the C and thumping, and then into the chorus again. So the whole of this section again with the thumping goes. Again, mute, back into the chorus. Okay, hopefully I explained that well enough. So now the only thing remaining is the outro. So when you go through this chorus a couple of times, last time through, it goes. And then finish on that bit. You play that through twice. But anyway, the end of this chorus bit slightly different as in it goes. When you get to that C at the very end of the chorus, you do it with slap in double time basically. And then this shape, 2 slaps, third one, you do the hammer onto the first fret with the little finger of, third fret on the first string with the little finger. And then you get to this shape and just strum it. Strum in 5, 3, 2 and 1 on that shape again. With the 4th fret muted, 4th string muted. Play the 1 on its own. Okay, you can play it like that. You can strum down this F shape when you get to it. And do the pull off and then 1 on its own there. Once you add the 3rd fret back on the 1st, you can strum it down like that. Or you can do what I do and do like a finger roll, 5, 3, 2, 1 in quick succession. Pull off the 1st and then add it on again and pluck it. So it's to the C shape. Pluck 2 and 1 together, 1 on the 3rd fret, 1 on its own again afterwards, to the 2nd fret on the 5th string. So you pitch that with a 2 and a 3, a hammer up to the 3rd fret on the 2nd as you do it, playing 2 on its own straight after. So we've got okay, A minor now, finger roll or strum, it's up to you, 5, 3, 2, 1 if you're doing a finger roll, 1 on its own, okay, to that F with that 3rd fret on the 2nd string, okay, you play 5, 2 and 3, lift your little finger and then lift everything but the index finger and then to the C and just play the 5th, okay? So we've got then you play all the way through, but the second time it starts a bit different because you're not coming in from the slap in. Okay, so it's 2nd fret on the 5th, 1st fret on the 2nd, open 1st, hammer up to the 3rd fret, and then to that shape again, and repeat basically. 5, 3, 2, 1. So we've got from the end of the first time round, and then finish up on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And that should just about be it. I think pretty much every part of the song is in there. Do check the tab sheet for the structure, it'll all be there on the sheet for you if you want to follow it from the very start to the finish. But everything that's in the tabs I've shown you there pretty much. So that's it. Thanks for watching this tutorial. It's probably taken me about 4 hours to film, with getting all the mistakes and things like that. It'll probably take me another 8 hours to edit. Enjoy practicing and playing through this version of the song. Once you're finished, go and check out the rest of the tutorials on this site. All there on the left hand side of the screen, full tutorial list. Go and check them out. They're all free, all the tabs are free, and so have fun doing that. Until next time, thanks for watching and bye for now.